PlayStation. It's showtime, girls.
Alright, I've been at this gig for 2 months or so now. I'm doing a bleeding Final Fantasy game. It's been long enough. And I've heard all the arguments and criticisms of the series. Turn-based battles aren't realistic. There's too much angst. Every game stars an annoying, stupidly dressed male protagonist. The gameplay is identical to all those that came before. So here you go. You've got an active battle system where each action costs a certain amount of time in a flowing real-time encounter. The majority of the plot is about being kick-ass and uniting the world across a growing partisan divide. The only stupidly dressed male protagonist keeps his Swedish pop star ass on the airship, and while concepts of the job system are familiar to Final Fantasy fans, the dress sphere system brings an entirely new twist to the table, allowing for mid-battle vocational alterations. Yep, it's Brothers Angels. It's Final Fantasy X-2. The first ever direct sequel to a Final Fantasy title, which pissed off fans. It got rid of that tedious guy, which pissed off fans, and took Yuna, Riku, and their new goth friend Pain, which pissed off fans, on a victory lap of Spira 2 years after Sin bit the dust and peace returned to the world. Apparently, Yuna's become a pop idol, which pissed off fans, and is playing to a sold-out arena until you realize it's actually an imposter who's stolen Yuna's garment grid, which is exactly what it sounds like, and that pissed off fans. Things are looking bad until our heroine arrives, guns a-blazing, which pissed off fans. And after driving off the sultry LeBlanc and her cronies, and after a brief session of getting jiggy with it, the girls return to the bridge of their airship to determine how best to continue being super celebrity treasure huntresses. Sure, it sounds kinda cheesy, and you'll have to go through all of it at least twice to complete the game with a 100% rating thanks to the new Game Plus mode. But who would want to do that? Well, me. Because mechanically speaking, Final Fantasy X-2 is among the most amazing entries in the series. The typical RPG linearity is scrapped in favor of a wide open world right from the beginning of the game, with the airship delivering the team from mission to mission. Some advance the plot, while others are just for swag, background information, and completion percentage. By completing these various assignments, you can obtain new dress spheres and grids, allowing you to tailor each character's available powers to whatever the situation may require. As actions are taken in each job, AP is earned, which unlocks new powers, sometimes in the heat of battle. The usual spate of Final Fantasy classes appear, starting with the basics like Thief, Warrior, and Gunner, and getting into the more eclectic end with Alchemist, Berserker, Lady Luck, the requisite Gambler class, and my second favorite implementation of blue magic, the Gun Mage. The soundtrack takes Final Fantasy X as its starting point and goes upbeat from there, adding more horns, more idle pop, and then more horns. And I'm fine with that. The majority of dialogue is spoken aloud, and while the vocalists do a good job, sometimes the mix can be a little off. Also a little off, the voice of Phil and Lil from Rugrats is an Al-Bhed kid named Shinra. You can guess where this is going.
That can happen when you use the garment grid. The emotions of the person recorded in the sphere pass to the user.
Isn't that dangerous?
I can't really say.
But it's your invention.
I'm just a kid.
Lots of folks argue over the exact point where Final Fantasy started going downhill. Some would maintain it was the angst-ridden antics of 7, some would say it was the angstier, jaggier 8. Still more claim it was 10 with its laws against wearing pants with 2 full legs. Bicker all you want, but don't let it get in the way of your appreciation of a great game. Final Fantasy X-2 deserves your respect, even if you aren't man enough to play dress-up.